Guys, we are coming on to one of the most exciting times of every generation of gaming, and that is a new console. Gary, what are you looking at?
Don't mind me. I'm just looking at this.
I do mind. Oh, you're looking at Game Informer, I see.
Well, what'd you think it was? A Playboy magazine?
It wouldn't surprise me if it was, to be honest with you.
Well, none of the Playboy magazines have hot Asians in them, so
That's
I
very,
can't do anything about that.
that's
So
very
this,
true.
this my alternative.
I mean, hey, that's completely okay, to be honest.
Uh,
Hey, there are some cute Asians in video games, I gotta say.
I know that. Mirror's Edge. Thank you very much.
Oh, I remember I saw that video you posted on our little Facebook group. I'm so sorry.
Cut the film. Cut the film. Cut the film.
I'll cut that out. Don't worry, I'll cut that out. Don't worry. All right, so guys, as we all know, one of the most anticipated consoles of a long time is finally coming out tomorrow. This is being recorded on a Sunday, but it's coming out the day before the PS5 comes out. But yes, the PS5 is really coming out tomorrow night. I'll have mine on launch. Gary won't have his for a bit longer. But it's understandable because the PS5 is expensive. It's expensive, dude. I only got mine only because I found I had the funds for it. If I didn't, I would have waited like you, dude. I would have waited. I really would have.
Got the
Um,
funds. While the rest of us are starving here in America.
well, to be fair, I'm still starving over here, but
You said you got the funds. I don't, you fucking boob.
oh, I'm sorry, God. But anyway, so you stop it. Anyway, so as you guys can clearly tell, I am here with my buddy, Mr. Garrison. We've been doing a bunch of video game reviews together ever since Man of Den. We've been having a blast doing them together. The last one we did for Dark Pictures, Little Hope, which we had a ton of fun playing. We had to stream it, and then we reviewed the game right afterwards. If you guys haven't seen the review, I'll link it right below in the description. But anyway, so since the PS5 is coming out, there is also a lot, and I mean a lot of games coming out for the PS5, whether they are console exclusives or if they are multi-platform games. So, as you guys can tell by the title of the video, Mr. Garrison and I are here to bring you guys our top 5 most anticipated PS5 games, whether they are multi-platform games or if they are PS5 exclusives. Now, from what I know, there are a couple of these games that are coming out on the PS4, except that they will be playing better and they will look better on the PS5 because of, of how the console's built. I saw that reaction, Gary. It's how the consoles are built. Trust me. I know the PS5 is stronger than the PS4. I know. Anyway, so would you be quiet, Gary?
I didn't say a word.
I saw your reaction.
You didn't see anything.
Oh, trust me, I did.
No, you didn't.
Okay, maybe I didn't. Maybe I just imagined things.
It was just a mirage. That's all it was.
It could be. Who knows? But anyway, so getting into it before we get into our top 5, Gary, do you have any honorable mentions for games they might be looking forward to that are coming out very soon?
You know, I'm looking at all the games that are coming out right now for the PS5, and I'm just looking at this list now. The thing is that a lot of these games are on the PS4 right now.
Yeah.
And there are some of them that I'm looking at, I'm thinking, you know what, there's a lot of titles here that necessarily don't interest me except a few. And as for those few titles,
Okay.
I don't have a lot of honorable mentions, so I can
That's
just
fine.
give you 2 of them, maybe
That's
3.
okay. That's okay, yeah.
I got 2 titles that I can tell you right now that I am looking forward to. One of them is Stray, that new kitty game.
Stray looks really freaking good. I cannot deny that at all.
That one does look interesting.
Mhm.
The Hogwarts Legacy, that one actually kind of tickled me a little bit.
That looks great. That's actually one of my honorable mentions too.
That one kind of tickled me when I saw that.
Yeah.
There is a Lord of the Rings game coming out. It's called Lord of the Rings Gollum. That one looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And last one is Demon Souls.
Oh, Demon Souls looks so freaking good. I am hyped for that game. You know how much I love those From Software games. So.
Yeah, I know how much you love Demon Souls. And
yeah, of course.
And Hitman 3.
Hitman 3 looks good too. That looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a new Hitman game. I mean, it's a brand new Hitman game. We haven't had a new Hitman in what? How many years?
It's been a long time, yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 years, yeah, but still. It's nice to see a new Hitman title.
I know for a fact that there were those many like episodic titles that were being released for the PS4. It was like every couple of months, but I think they released the complete edition for it not too long ago. But hey, those are some good honorable mentions. So a couple of mine, yeah, a couple you mentioned. Stray is one of mine. Hogwarts Legacy is also one of mine. A couple of them, Canada Bridge of Spirits, as my honorable mentions. Also, I gotta mention Little Devil Inside, which looks like a really charming indie title. Also, Deathloop is in there, which looks like a ton of fun. Yes, that's not my top five. I know. I know. I'm sorry, Gary. There are other games looking forward to more than Deathloop. Also, oh, I'm gonna anger you more, so Gary, for this. Ghostwire Tokyo is my honorable mentions. I angered Mr. Gare Bear. I angered the poor kid. I angered him.
Yeah, well, if you admit, yeah, well, guess what? I can play that game. You know, some honorable mention I forgot to say the new God of War game. There you go.
I knew you were gonna say
I
that.
can play that game too, fuckhead. I can play that too.
I knew you were gonna do that. Oh my god. Hey, that's fine with me. Next up is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which looks a ton of fun. I still, I need to continue playing 2016. I think I'm like halfway through the game, which is really, really good. And then the last one,
Christ.
I'm sorry, I'm looking forward to more games than those ones.
These
Okay.
are good games, and you're just fucking saying a lot of the good ones in honorables.
You are aware that there are a couple of others that are coming out that I'm actually looking forward to more than those, right?
Go ahead.
And the last one is Horizon Forbidden West, which is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, which is really freaking good.
I forgot to say that one too.
Hey, the original game is really good. I need to beat that game, but it comes out sometime next year, but it looks great. But since we are now done with our honorable mentions, guys, it is time now to get into our top five. Oh, yeah, this is our brand new background for our top five most anticipated PS5 games. What do you think of it, Gary?
It sucks.
That's the usual Gary Bear statement whenever he says it looks okay.
I don't
It
like
sucks.
it. Get out of here. I
No.
want there to be a big cake. A big
bit.
cake.
A big vanilla cake?
A cake. I don't care. Just a cake.
You know what? If you're good, maybe I'll put that in there in a little bit.
Okay, I'll take a cake.
Okay, maybe if you're good, I'll put that there in a little bit. I said in a little bit, Gary.
Can't I just look around and see what's on here?
Yes, you may. Yes.
On here.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, see this Horizon, Spiderman. There's Gran Turismo 7, which looks really, really good. I put that on my honorable mentions, but I'm not so much into racing simulation games. Although Forza is really good. There's Ratchet and Clank, Demon Souls, Recturnal. There's a bunch of stuff coming.
Yeah, which is quite interesting. Okay, let's go on ahead.
All right, so Gary. Oh yeah, this is not gonna be a typical top five. We are really just rolling right through this. No edits, nothing. There's gonna be no edits in this thing. We're rolling right through it.
Oh, wonderful! No edits.
Yeah, we're rolling right through, which is a first on my channel.
No edits. No edits. That's a first. Just showing raw, unsanctioned footage.
Yeah, I mean the only edits I'll be doing is when we talk about the games that are in our top five. So I'm gonna be showing clips, but otherwise. Yeah, this is guys, no joke. This is a first for my channel besides my live streams. I always do jump cuts, but this is a very first for me, so.
Well, everybody's got to lose their virginity sometime, so there you go.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So, Gary, would you like to start off first with the number 5?
Oh, you're letting me go first, isn't that
what?
Okay, I might as well go with number 5. So, starting off here, now this was featured at the Game Awards. Well, not the Game Awards, the
PS5 conference.
The PS5 conference, and this was one of those games that was showcased. And the first thing that people are probably going to say to me is, "Oh, you are interested in this game because of the Asian girl that's playing in it." No, it's not because of that. You want to know what the first interest was? It was those cute little furry fuckers that she's with.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was the first thing I saw, and after seeing the whole visual element, especially with what it's surrounding, kind of like a Tomb Raider type vibe, using a bow and arrow as your main weapon, and seeing what the story's going to be about, I thought this game looks absolutely beautiful, and I figured, you know what? This will start off for number 5, Kenya Bridge of Spirits.
It looks like a good game. It looks really good. It was supposed to come out this year, but it got delayed.
which is very well. A lot of games have gotten delayed, but
Yeah.
for this particular game, sometimes in the end it'll pay off. And I really hope this is one of those games that will pay off in the end in terms of its pushback, because this game looks absolutely beautiful. I really like the gist of what it is that you're doing. I like the creativity that has been brought in, and I'm really interested to see this creativeness that is brought into this game put into full course. So I'm excited to see where this game's going to go.
It looks cool. And by the way, I'm representing for PlayStation today with my PS I Love You t-shirt today.
I'm just wearing the same shirt like I always am.
Courtesy of Kinda Funny Games, or Kinda Funny, Greg Miller and Blessing, who are on the PS I Love You podcast. Love you guys. So, my number 5, this was also shown with that first PS5 conference, and this is a game that's actually in the background. Gary, can you guess which one it is?
What, you're number 5?
Yeah, it's in the background. It's actually on your side of the background.
Oh, wasn't like, let me guess, it's this Sackboy thing. Happy
It's
Sack.
Nope, but it's right next to it, actually.
Returnal?
That's the one. Returnal is my number 5.
Rectangle.
Might as well be your name, Rectangle. So I know nothing about this game. What was it? The writer of Dead Space said he was making a new game. I thought that Returnal was going to be that game, but I don't think it is. But now, there's nothing that we know. We've seen some gameplay. This is a third-person science fiction action horror game. And what I got from the gist and the vibe, this is a game that's for me. Now, we don't know when this game comes out. It could be coming out next year in 2022, but it looks really freaking good. I love the visual aesthetics. I'm loving the mystery so far from what we're seeing. Now, granted, we've only seen like what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes of footage from this game based on the trailer that we saw, but it looks really, really good. I love the edge of the horror that it has. I love the sci-fi element to this game from what I'm seeing so far. Can't really say much about this game because there's nothing about plot or anything. But from what I'm seeing, I don't know the developer of this game. I know I'm gonna be editing. I'll put something down here for the developer of the game. But whoever's making this game, I'm really excited to see what they have in store. But yeah, for me, Returnal is my number 5 for anticipated PS5 games.
Rectangle.
Yeah. All right. So Gary, number 4 on your end.
Okay, now I don't mean to talk shit about this company at all. I'm glad that they managed to make a new Crash Bandicoot. I'm glad that this company was able to rectify and bring in a whole new fresh Crash game. I'm glad they were able to bring justice to the series, but I'm not here to talk about Crash. I'm here to talk about the actual developers who are making a brand new game within the series. And I figure, you know what? It has been a while since we've seen this. Maybe the factor that they did a remaster of the original, maybe this was a sign in general of that we're going to be getting something from Insomniac again. And the thing is that we all know Insomniac. It is, to me, one of the best video game productions I have ever seen, because they have made some of the best in gaming that became just a franchise that folks just grown to know and love as the years go on, and became instant childhood memories with all of us. And this particular franchise alone is definitely one of the childhood memories that we all grew. It's not the what is it called?
Resident Evil?
No, not Resident Evil. Renaissance?
Yeah, Renaissance. I think that's what you're talking about.
I don't know what the fuck it's called, but there's that one, Spyro the Dragon, and then we have this particular one.
Gotcha.
We have Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart.
Dude, this game alone, when I saw the loading, when Ratchet and Clank go between worlds and everything, that's gotta show the power of the solid state drive within the PS5. I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do with that thing.
Now, just the whole entire factor of a brand new Ratchet and Clank game. Childhood memories. That's what it just feels like. Childhood memories. A brand new thing. Something that we all knew. Just the gameplay with Ratchet and Clank. The gameplay, the story, the characters. Everything with that whole entire franchise speaks for itself. And for the fact that we're getting a brand new one, it's mind-blowing to me, and I just can't wait to see exactly where this is going to lead to.
Resistance.
It's called Resistance. What the fuck?
I forgot about Resistance myself. And actually, fun fact, I'm pretty sure you know this, Gary, but I'm going to tell our viewers out there. Before I played Ratchet & Clank 2016, I had never played Ratchet & Clank before. No joke. Ratchet & Clank 2016 was my very first Ratchet & Clank game, and dude, I've been missing out. to say the least. Because Ratchet & Clank 2016, I love the tone of that game. I love the I mean, Insomniac has been known for their creativity and their fun gameplay. And judging from what I have been playing at 2016, I'm almost kind of bummed I don't have it on my top 5. But Returnal, I just love the mystery from I'm seeing for Returnal. That's the only reason why it's in my top 5. But yeah, I can't disagree with you about Ratchet & Clank because it looks terrific.
I know it looks terrific
Yeah,
because
it's
Ratchet
great.
and Clank is absolute badass, and don't fuck with them.
Oh yeah, you don't. You do not.
Simple.
So yeah, my number 5 is also within this graphic, and that is also Demon Souls. Is my number 4. Yes, Demon Souls is my number 4.
I'm not gonna judge you.
I saw your reaction.
I'm not gonna judge you.
Or was it another mirage that I just saw?
Nope. Just go ahead.
So Demon Souls. So I am a nut hugger for From Software games. I actually did play the original Demon Souls on PS3. I did have the original copy. But here's the thing: I never beat it.
You say then what the fuck? You said you played the original. You never beat it.
Because have you played the original yourself, Gary?
No, we're not talking about me. We're talking about you.
The
But
only
you
reason
said,
why.
you said you love this series, you love the franchise, but you never completed the original. What the fuck's the matter with
The
you?
only reason why is because, like Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, it is punishingly difficult.
But you said you have a boner for this series.
Yes, because of one particular reason. Because of one particular reason.
Finish it.
I was about to, if you weren't interrupting me.
No,
See, this is what happens. The
Yes.
reason why I particularly love the Soulsborne games is because the gameplay is so addicting. With Dark Souls, especially Bloodborne, Sekiro, even though Sekiro, I need to continue and actually beat that game. Demon Souls, and plus, the other reason why is because Blue Point Games, they made the Shadow of the Colossus remake.
God damn, I don't know what's worse. What's next? You're gonna fuck a redhead into where you're gonna make her come, you're gonna pull out and ruin the whole thing? God damn, you're not even gonna finish your woman. You can't finish your game. I don't see you having a chance of finishing up a woman.
You know, Gary, I'm not the only one who hasn't beaten Demon Souls because of it's so fucking hard. Just
but
say.
you said you worship this series. You got a boner for it.
I do
Finish
love it.
Finish it.
I would, except that it's not on PS4. Yeah, Demon Souls is not on PS4.
You know what
It's
you
not.
are? You know what you're doing? You're rising my blood pressure. You're rising my blood pressure. You're rising my nerves. You're rising my anxiety.
Well, also, you're rising my blood pressure by the fact that you don't have God of War in your top 5.
Well, that's
Even. We're even.
Well, it's what you get. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about something that is in your top 5, and you won't finish the original.
Because I don't have it. I don't have the original right now. And plus, it's hard to find, dude. If I were to go on eBay, it's like, what, 50 to 100 bucks? Something like that?
You can get it cheaper somewhere.
Probably on eBay, but again, Demon Souls is actually, I'll look for it, but I don't have a PS3, and plus my brother has it, so. Oh, you be quiet, Gary. I made Gary upset because I haven't been in a game where I can get on your ass for a bunch of games you haven't beaten, so.
We're not talking about me. We're talking about you.
I know, I'm just saying, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless because it looks like, because here's the thing, while I did not beat the original, I've played quite a bit of it. I actually played a lot of the original Demon Souls, and from what I've played, it looks like that Blue Point Games has kept what made the original so good, but improving upon it. And they also made the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. They did that stuff too. But given how they did on the Shadow of the Colossus remake, I'm excited to see what they do with the Demon Souls remake, and I cannot wait once again to lose my shit a bunch of times on the easiest enemies that might kill me anyways.
And you ain't gonna finish that one either.
Oh no, I'll actually keep this one and beat it, so.
No, I'm not gonna take your word. You didn't finish it then, you ain't gonna finish it now.
To be fair, it was over 10 years ago, Gary, so.
Yeah, well, 10 years before you didn't finish it, and 10 years later, you're still not gonna finish it.
Well, I never finished the Shadow of the Colossus original, but I beat that on the PS4.
I give up. I give up.
I actually beat Shadow of the Colossus twice on PS4, so yeah. Twice. Anyways, Gary, Let's get on to number 3.
Wash my hands clean from your silliness.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, my number 3. Let's go ahead and talk about something that is absolutely fascinating, and I believe this is something that we can both agree on.
hmm
Okay, what is one of the most popular franchises out there that everyone was just ongoing from the original PlayStation up until now?
Resident Evil.
There you go.
Is that our number 3, Resident Evil
That
Village?
is for me. It's my number 3 because this game
Same.
alone. Now, we've all gotten remasters, we've gotten sequels, we've gotten trilogies, franchises, remakes of some characters that we knew, side characters that became main characters. We got some good ones, some bad ones, we got some memorable ones, but most of all, everybody loves Resident Evil, especially
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2. Great stuff. Resident Evil 6, Biohazard, hard game, but
7,
it's fun.
I mean.
Or
7.
whatever the fuck number it is. We are now getting a brand new Resident Evil game. This one's dating back to like the fucking past. Before we had a Leon Kennedy, before we had Claire, before we had Ada Wong, before we had all these guys, before we had what we had, we're going back to a fucking dark age.
Well, I wanted to going to the past because Chris Redfield was in Resident Evil 7 and he's in Resident Evil 8, so.
But it's still a dark age because from the way the atmosphere looks,
That I agree with, yes.
it looks like a dark age in time, and the way that it comes off, it looks like something that's much more horrifying, something that comes off a little bit more sinister, and something that is just out of the ordinary.
I agree. It looks really. Now, I love Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I think that's a game that does not get enough love out there because, I mean, and Resident Evil 2 Remake was my game of 2019. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I've been Resident Evil 2 Remake, 4 or 5 times because I love it that damn much. Resident Evil 3 Remake I thought was fun, but it wasn't great. But yeah, Resident Evil is one of the most beloved, just not only one of the most beloved survival horror franchises, but it's one of the most beloved gaming franchises, period. It's gone through so many great games from 0, which again, underrated, 1, 2, 3, 4, to which if you haven't played 4, play it right now, please. But what I love about Resident Evil 8 from what I have seen so far is that how they're expanding the mythology, including because in Resident Evil 7 there wasn't always zombies, but in Resident Evil Village it looks like they have werewolves now?
Werewolves, isn't that something amazing?
Yeah, it looks like they have werewolves. Ethan is back from Resident Evil 7, and I have a feeling that Chris Redfield might die in this game. I have a feeling he might.
You can only speculate.
Yeah, I can only speculate, but yeah, Resident Evil 8, it looks really good. I love how they're just... It looks like they're essentially combining Resident Evil 7 with essentially Resident Evil 4. That's how it feels like, anyways. Which is a good combination.
You may never know, but it looks something a little bit more fresh and relieving and ominous.
Yeah, it looks fresh. It looks different, which is the same thing. Like you mentioned, it looks ominous. It looks way more terrifying than 7 did, which is actually a pretty scary game still, Resident Evil 7. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this brings to the Resident Evil franchise. I'm curious to see where they take Chris Redfield, and I'm curious to see if they do bring in more Resident Evil characters as time goes on. Who knows? But yeah, that is our number 3, Resident Evil Village. So getting on to our number 2, Gary.
All right, number 2, I want to ask one simple question.
Yes.
What do you get after you die and you wake up in the same area that you were prior beforehand and you are stuck in a time loop?
Oh, gotcha.
And your only competition is the same one who is an assassin just like you are, and you got to fight each other to the very end while going through obstacles in your own perspectives. And
Yeah.
it's a first-person shooter too.
Dude, this game looks so much fun.
My number 2 is a game that I feel in this generation will help and patent and revolutionize the first-person shooter genre that we all know, taking something out of the ordinary and turning it into something I hope to God will be extremely immaculate and just addicting and fun. What do you get when you take Edge of Tomorrow and turn it into a video game? You get Deathloop.
Ooh, that's a good comparison.
Well, yeah, because that's the proper comparison you can make. Because Edge of Tomorrow, I feel like the developers took that movie and made that into the whole inspiration for this game, but with a little bit of a twist. So there you go.
I agree. Yeah.
Deathloop, the game itself looks absolutely interesting. It's investing. Again, I feel like this game is going to be a revolutionary into the FPS genre, and I feel like that this game is going to take it to a whole nother level in terms of its story, concept, and gameplay.
I agree. It looks like a. Oh, I'm hearing feedback.
Feedback.
I'm hearing a little bit of feedback. Oh wait, nope, it's gone now. Okay.
Yeah, of course it's gone. You just had to get
Uh,
me worried there.
yeah, but no, it looks like a lot of fun. It's from the creators of Dishonored, so that's a lot of fun. And yeah, this is PS4 and only PC, but this is a time PS4 exclusive until it comes to the PC. But yeah, I this was supposed to come out, I think next month, but they delayed it until either January or February. But I'm excited to see it nonetheless. It looks like a lot of fun.
Well, isn't that good? I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be one of the
Yeah.
first. It's gonna probably be one of the first games that I'm gonna play if I get the PS5.
Hey, that's a good choice for one of your first games.
Well, yeah.
So going to my number two, it's actually on my side of this graphic, and that is Spider-Man Miles Morales. This will be this and Demon Souls will be the very first two games I have for my PS5. I love Spider-Man PS4 so much. It was my first platinum on the PS4. I have beaten the game twice. I was up until 5 actually one night just to get the damn platinum trophy. That's how much I love the game. I replayed it and I beat it on the hardest difficulty, even though it's really not that difficult if you're good with your quick times. But knowing that Miles Morales is in this game and knowing it takes place during the snowing time in Brooklyn, ever since I saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I want to know more about the Miles Morales character. And knowing that they're giving him his own game, it's essentially, from what I've heard, this might be like Uncharted Lost Legacy, but for Spider-Man in this case. It looks so freaking good. I love how, by the way, for a pre-order bonus, you can actually play with the Spider-Verse outfit.
Oh,
And you can actually play it in the frame rate from the movie, but you can switch back between the frame rate of the Spider-Verse movie and the game frame rate, which I love. Again, don't know too much about Miles Morales. I've heard that the game itself is absolutely incredible, but knowing it's from Insomniac, bringing Insomniac back once again, knowing how addicting the gameplay was, knowing how addicting the game itself was from Spider-Man PS4, I cannot wait to see what they bring to Miles Morales. And it is coming out for PS4, by the way, along with PS5. So you can still play the game if you want as well, Gary. And it's actually cheaper for my friend on PS4 anyways, so.
oh.
But yeah, Spider-Man Miles Morales, I'm excited to see this game. I'm probably gonna pull an all-nighter playing Miles Morales, so.
Well, of course you are.
Yeah, because I'm not excited about Miles Morales. But that is my number two. Now we're getting into our number one most anticipated PS4 games. Gary, I feel like I know what your number one is.
Really now?
I don't want to say it, but Gary, go ahead.
You don't want to say it?
No, but because I want to see if I'm right.
Well, it's not on this graphic. That's for sure.
It is not from what I know of. No.
For me, do you really think it's on this graphic? Because I can tell you that it may be, maybe not. I don't know.
Because I know you've been looking forward to a specific game ever since announced at Bethesda's press conference.
And after I saw this, I was just after that cute little honey announced this particular one. I was wondering, you know what? When is this game going to come out? And after realizing that, you know what, this is going to be a brand new thing on the PS5, and I figure, you know what? Maybe this can be this one here. Could be up to something that we never even seen before. And you know what? This might be that case. So this game, what happens that you're just going through your normal day, then all of a sudden the people in front of you just vanish just like that in midair, just out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden the cause may be by some spirits, some otherworldly intergalactic phenomena. That's a big sentence right there.
It's a big word.
Comes out of nowhere and they take over the city, and it's up to you to not only find what happens to the people, but take care of these particular phenomena in order to regain civilization back as we know it. This game is Ghostwire Tokyo.
It looks the moment that we saw that little footage, I was like, okay, I'm in. And I love one in particular. It looks completely different than what I was expecting.
By the way, I lied. The picture is on the picture is on.
Yeah, it's on my side. Yeah,
it's right.
I think it's right below me actually.
Yeah, it's right there. I lied.
Yeah.
So this game, the first thing that popped in my mind was the whole entire atmosphere, just the approach of it. the whole entire concept alone was something very interesting. I'm thinking, you know what? Where the fuck is this going to go? What is the direction for this? Is that what if scenario? The figuring, the mystery behind it, and then after seeing the gameplay of what it is, instead of having guns in your first person perspective, you're using powers,
Yeah,
like majestic powers, in order to fight off against the enemies that is in your way. And just using your hands and having different abilities that you can use, your special powers, that alone is something very interesting. That from what I feel and know, it's never been done in the first person perspective.
not from
And
what I
I'm
know
really,
of.
and
Yeah,
I'm really curious to see, where is this going to go? What is this direction going to do? Is this going to even work in the first person perspective element? Now, in terms of the atmosphere, the graphics, I really liked how it's really beefed up, and just the whole entire element. It looks great.
it looks like a completely different game than I've seen. Like I mentioned, I thought it was gonna be this really interesting paranormal type of game. It is, but they incorporate more of an action element. But it looks cool nonetheless.
Yeah, it looks absolutely phenomenal from what was showcased, and thanks to that visual presentation, the whole entire gameplay trailer, it really brought my suspense and excitement through the ringer of what this game's going to bring. I can't wait to play it.
It looks different, it looks fresh, and knowing it's from the developers of Evil Within, by the way, so there's something to look forward to as well. Evil Within was really good, by the way.
I don't remember playing the Evil Within games.
The first one is really, really good. The second one is freaking hard. But yes. So my number one, Gary, I'm pretty sure you know what my number one is.
Oh dear God.
So my number one, this was my number one favorite game of the last decade. But the sequel to this game was announced at the PS5 event, and that is God of War Ragnarok. I love this game so goddamn much. I'm by the way, by the time this video up, you've already will have seen my top 10 best PS4 exclusives, with this one being my number two, Last of Us being my number one. But God of War Ragnarok. Now, there was not much known about God of War Ragnarok. We only saw maybe a 45-second teaser. But if y'all have played God of War, and if you have gotten to the very end, you will know that at the very end, Ragnarok is coming. And Ragnarok, if you know your stuff about Norse mythology, it's the end of times. And given how everything looks in the atmosphere, and knowing, because I don't want to spoil it for you, Gary, because there's a specific character that shows up at the very end of the game. But I don't want to spoil it for you because I feel like you lose your mind seeing it. Like me and Jerome did. But I just hope that Cory Barlog is making this game. If he's not, they're gonna have to really do a lot of work, because it's coming out next year, God of War Ragnarok. Now, the thing is, I don't know if that's the title, God of War Ragnarok, but if it is, I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. I think the first game, 2018, was a straight up masterpiece of a video game. From the storyline, the characters, the gameplay, it was a game that changed God of War in all the best ways possible, but still retaining what makes God of War God of War. And if God of War Ragnarok is as good, if not better than 2018, I could have another one of my favorite games right there. But we haven't seen gameplay, which I'm glad, even though it's coming out literally next year, so I'm thinking maybe holiday of next year. But yeah, for me, God of War Ragnarok is my number one. The moment they announced this, originally, Spider-Man Miles Morales was my number one most anticipated game for the PS5. But then I saw Ragnarok come, and I thought, yeah, that's my number one, because I loved it.
Yeah, I can
the first
tell.
one.
Saw the reaction. We're like,
Oh yeah, I lost my fucking
I,
mind.
I saw you.
Yeah, I lost my goddamn mind, because and if you have seen that reaction video, I actually stopped the video because I didn't think there was any more announcements until the very end. But I was wrong. But anyway, so what are you doing?
Button.
I saw that.
What? I didn't say anything.
You're
Well, I didn't say anything.
yeah, I saw what you were doing. But anyways, so guys, that is going to conclude Mr. Garrison and I's top 5 most anticipated PS5 games, along with some honorable mentions. Thank you all so much for joining in. And since tomorrow is the official launch of the PS5, I can't wait to get my hands on this thing. I will be doing a first impressions video along with an unboxing, so I cannot wait to do that. This will be the very first console I ever have on launch, so I'm really excited for that. But anyway, so Mr. Garrison, where can all the kind people follow you and find you at?
Nowhere. I'm just
Nowhere?
I'm just here,
It's here. Well, you here with me, boo boo.
and I don't want to be here anymore.
Well, because we're gonna be in here pretty soon. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much. Comment down, let us know below what are your most anticipated PS5 games, or along with your honorable mentions. For social media, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust. All the links are in the description below. And of course, if you guys want to see more videos just like this one between Mr. Garrison and I, hit that like button. Also subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for the latest video from S goes live. And of course, the latest two videos are on the left or right sides of the screen. And of course, until the next video from Gary and I goes live. Yeah, I see you looking at me. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great night, guys. Stay safe out there. And we'll see you on the other side with the PS5, guys.